it is the end of the year. You might want to buy someone a gift and you are not sure what to buy them. Or maybe better yet, you want to buy yourself a gift because you deserve it. But again, you want to know what is the best choice. You have come to the right place. Today we are going to talk about every type of gaming platform, and let's start in the beginning. The first platform, the computer, the PC. Straight up, I use a PC, I love it, but I will be objective. As much as it hurts me, let's start with the negatives. First, it's space, which in today's day and age seems like a really big problem. So if you have a PC, you will need to have a dedicated space just for your computer and nothing else. If you want a console, you can hide it behind the TV. If it's a handheld, you can hide it anywhere, I guess. But the PC, not as much. After that, we have the upfront cost, which I am going to be honest with you, is not that much more than other platforms if you really know what you are doing. But if you don't, then it will be much more expensive. Between the PC and the peripherals, if you want to have everything high quality, then it will not be cheap compared to other platforms. After that, we will be static. There is only one place you can actually use your PC. That thing is not easy to move and it's always a drag. And there's only one position you can use the PC, sitting on your chair. Okay, there are different kinds of chairs, different ways to play on your computer, but for most people it will be sitting on the chair. Now we are done with the negatives, so let's move on to the positives. My favorite part. Where to begin? First, if money is no issue, then you can build a high-end PC which will massively outperform anything you can buy from any other platform. And if you are wondering what will the benefits of that be, well, higher quality images, higher FPS in games, which will result in smoother gameplay, so you don't have to choose between quality or performance. If your PC is good enough, you can have both quality and performance. Then we have customizability. You can customize the hell out of the PC. Do you want weird controllers? You can use those. Do you want console controllers? Again, no problem. Mouse and keyboard? I don't see a problem with that. You get the idea. From the chair to the display to everything is customizable. Just go to the settings of any game on PC and then do the same on console. You will notice a big difference. If you find the perfect spot for your PC and customize it to your likings, then you will enjoy your time the most here. Once you get cozy in your setup, there's nothing like it. The next benefit, you can choose what to do with your PC, what operating system to use. You can choose where to buy games, and because you can choose where to buy games and the competition between stores in computer is more fierce because there is competition, means that you can find better prices on PC. And the other reason I like PCs is because you are not tied to only playing games. You have a hobby, you want to do art, you can do that on PC. You want to edit videos, no problem, it's still doable on PC. It's not strictly for gaming like most other platforms. So where would I put this? Now you have to understand, if it were up to me, this would be S tier. Or if we looked at how much you can do with the PC, this again would be S tier. But since in this tier list we are just looking at how much you will enjoy the games on PC, this will be A tier, just because of the upfront cost, the space, and it's not like other platforms where you can just plug and play. It needs a bit more dedication, which for most people it's a turn off. And because I understand that, this will remain at A tier. I haven't forgotten about the upgradability, but if you are buying this thing just for gaming and you aren't into PCs, chances are that you are not going to upgrade your PC by yourself. So yeah, it will not make it to the tier list, even though it hurts me because I am into PCs and most people watching this probably like PCs, but if you are buying it for someone, it just doesn't matter to them. And then we have the traditional consoles. We are not going to talk about why is it better or worse than the PC, because there are hundreds of videos on that topic on YouTube, but we are going to talk in general why you might want this over every other platform. But first, what are the cons? In this list, we are not going to include the game store because there's only one place you can buy games on console, and that depends on the console. And since every console has this will not make it to the list. It's just a pro of the computer. The other thing I will not talk about in this is the capabilities of the consoles. I can only play games in this system. I will not hold it against them because this tier list is made with gaming in mind. And remember, this is valid for every other platform I will talk about. So with that in mind, what are the cons? The first and only one is customizability. And I know consoles will never be as customizable as a PC, but you should be able to play with a mouse and keyboard on your PlayStation. And I will say it's better now because there's quite a large list of games that support playing with a mouse and keyboard, but you should be able to play any game with a mouse and keyboard. If a game on PC is playable with a mouse and a keyboard, it should be playable on console with a mouse and a keyboard. By the way, what do you guys think? Should games be playable with a mouse and a keyboard on consoles? I have seen people saying that everyone should use a controller because the mouse would give too much of an advantage to players in FPS games. I would love to hear your opinions on this topic, so tell me in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe because a lot of you don't subscribe. Now back to the video. In my opinion, even if the mouse is an advantage in FPS games, just put mouse players in a different lobby so they can play together. At least that's my opinion, but I stand by it. I bought the console, I believe I should be able to use it however I want to. And let's not even get into Nintendo because that deserves a whole video, but that will have to wait until the handheld consoles. Anyway, that is the bad part for the console. So what are the positives? First, ergonomics. Most people just put the console near the TV and then play with the controller, either sitting or laying down, or however they want to. The next benefit, if you play alone, the console comes with its own controller. It's one controller, but it's a quality controller. Next, it's cheaper, especially if you wait until it's on discount. You can buy it new and you just can't buy anything on the PC side without performance at that point. After that, you can play split screen with friends. Okay, most games don't support it, but the ones that do, you can just have a blast playing together at the same room with your friends or family. You can do that with some games on PC, but you get the idea, it's not meant for that. Then we have the exclusive games. And yeah, most exclusive games come to PC sooner or later, and they are not a deal breaker for most people, but I mean even GTA 6 will be an exclusive console launch, and if you want to play it on PC, you will have to wait a year or two. And for GTA fans, that could be a deal breaker. They have waited long enough. And the last one, but in my opinion the most important, is ease of use. And granted, every console has this, but I can't stress this enough. If you want a PC, you will need to be a bit more involved with the updates and everything. But a console, it's just plug and play. It will update itself, there are no mysterious errors or stuff like that, there is no headache, you plug the console, you turn it on, and it will work. So where do I put this on the tier list? In my opinion, it is S tier, just for the fact that it has enough performance to rival PCs. It's cheap, it's simple to use because it's a console. There are a lot of pros for the traditional console, so for most consumers I believe it will be S tier. Now we have the handheld console, and this is different because we have two completely different platforms in the same category. I mean, we have the Nintendo Switch 2 and then we have the handhelds like the Steam Deck, and these two platforms couldn't be further apart from each other. Think about it, we have the Nintendo that will do everything in their power to force you to use the Nintendo Switch the way they like, and then we have the Steam Deck in which if you want you can literally run Windows in it. Like, come on. Anyway, I will get back to this later, but for now, what is the problem with every handheld? And there are a lot to talk about here. First, the performance. Granted, they come in very small form factors, so they can't put big powerful parts in them, and again, they are not connected to power. They have a battery, so they don't have the benefits of the traditional console, but again, it is a con nonetheless. The other thing are, well, everything. It's even less customizable than the console because you can't carry everything on the go. It's just not practical. Even if they wanted to make it more customizable, the companies just can't. The controls just aren't as high quality as a controller normally would be. I mean, they can be high quality, but since there are space restrictions, they just can't match a normal controller on the field. After that, they have a battery, but that won't last long, depending on the game. After that, newer titles that are graphically more demanding just will not perform great. I know I mentioned performance, but this is different because it's another topic when you are pushing from 60 FPS to 120 FPS. You know, both are playable, but 120 FPS is better. Now compare that to newer titles that are harder to run, which might not even reach 30 FPS in certain games, and even that will be on low quality, which means that you will not enjoy the games as you should. There are just other small stuff like this. I have a problem with Nintendo. You might have noticed that when I buy something, I want that thing to be mine, and Nintendo just woof. Yeah, they are not the best company. They don't want to make gaming better, they just want to make more money. You can see that with their lawsuits, where they will sue any and everyone they can. Like, think about it. The CEO of Nintendo, I think he just wakes up in the morning and is like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, who do I sue? Of course the mole. So yeah, I will not get into it. There are a lot of videos on this topic, but if you want me to make a video on this topic, leave a comment, I might just do it. With that said, let's move on to the positives. Playing games on the go. That's great because you might have not time to properly sit down and dedicate time to playing games. So you get a handheld, and whenever you have like 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, you can play games. and that's it. Yeah, except for Nintendo, in which if you want to play their games, you will have to buy this console. Even if you have a PC in which you can have better graphics and have a better time playing the game, they don't care. You will have to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. Now to the tier list. You might have noticed I have put the Nintendo Switch, which includes the Nintendo Switch 2 because it's Nintendo, and the handhelds separate because I don't want to put these great handheld consoles in the same category as the Switch. And in my opinion, the Switch deserves the F tier. It's not worth buying their consoles just for the fact that they have exclusive games. And with what they have done, I can't put them any higher. And I know I said that this tier list will be with gaming in mind, but Nintendo just isn't good. Even their hardware in the Switch is like really old. It's not new hardware. They optimize the heck out of the games, I will give them that. But the actual console, I don't like it. I will be honest with you, this is my opinion. And the other handhelds, I will put them at C tier. Just for the fact that the only benefit they have is playing on the go, and they usually are more expensive or as expensive as a traditional console. And if you have a proper TV, which almost everyone has, you will have a much better time playing on the traditional console. So yeah, F tier and C tier. Or maybe it's just me and I don't like handheld consoles. And before you click off the video, because you might think that we covered everything, there's more, a lot more. But we will get through them quickly. So next on the list is Next Playground, which looks like a console, but it's everything but a console. Performance wise, it's crap. Everything about it, it's gimmicky. I mean, I think it's just a gimmick, but people love it. It's sold like crazy. Kids just love it, I guess. And I think this is something that we forget. It's not about the performance. It doesn't have to be about the quality of the console. It's about how much fun we have with the console, and that's why this console sold like crazy. Kids love it because they have fun playing with it. In the tier list, it's D tier. Again, this has a problem with everything. Even kids may like it for a couple of days and spend time with it, but it's nowhere close to anything else on the list. And to us, to the people that enjoy gaming like proper gaming, it's not going to get anything more than D tier. It's fun for a while, but nothing special. Now we are going to talk about a platform that doesn't exist physically, cloud gaming. Okay, it exists because the system is probably on a big server, but you get the idea. You don't take care of it. You just pay a monthly subscription and you rent the cloud PC. There's one negative when it comes to cloud gaming. If you don't have a good internet connection, or if you are not close to the server, you will not have a great time using this platform. As simple as that. But if you have a good internet connection and you don't mind paying the monthly subscription, then there are a lot of positives. First, space. Because when you don't need it, it doesn't exist as far as you care. After that, whenever you have time and you have a screen near you, you can use this service. Third, you have the performance of the PC no matter where you play. So yeah, there is a lot to look forward to cloud gaming. But again, as things stand right now, it can never be as good as the PC. It can get really close, but not better. So cloud gaming, where should we put this on the tier list? And this is tricky, because if everything works perfectly, it's S tier. If it doesn't work properly, then it goes straight to F tier. And you might be like, only the people that have good internet connection should buy it. But even them, if the internet speed drops slightly, they will regret paying the monthly subscription. And even people that have great internet connections complain about its performance from time to time. So because it isn't reliable, this will be D tier. Now, one that you might not expect, the phone. And before you decide to dislike the video, hear me out. You can play games and it's more powerful than the Nintendo Switch 2 or even the PS4 Pro. And I know that the phones that I am talking about are expensive, but again, there are a lot of games that are amazing that you can play on your phone. And more games from the PC are being ported to the phone. With that said, let's start with the positives. Basically, you already own a phone and you can play games with it. That's the positive. Portability. You have a phone, so if you get a better phone compared to what you normally would, it will perform well. Now the negatives. It's not made with gaming in mind. It's not optimized because there are a lot of phone models, so the devs don't optimize the games for the phone the same way they would for the Switch 2. So some games will look better at the Switch 2 even if you have the latest phone. Second, the screen. It's smaller, and when you play and put your hands on the screen, it will get even smaller. After that, we have the controls. The Nintendo's or the Steam Deck's controls might not be the best, but they are a big step up compared to the phones. And where would I rank this? I think this should be C tier, and that's because...
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
I am kidding, it's F tier. It's good to spend time in it, but nothing more than that. Even the phones that are made with gaming in mind, they will never be as comfortable as a handheld console. So F tier. Remember, this tier list is made with gaming in mind. Today we are not going to talk about VR, because that's less of a console or a PC and more of an accessory, because you can play it with a PC or even a console if you want to. So that's why we are not going to mention it. So what do you think? Do you agree with my rankings? If not, tell me your rankings in the comments down below, and like the video if you liked it, and if you disliked it, again, like it because it helps me a lot. Subscribe because no one is subscribing, and bye bye. See you next week.